Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for October 25th. We are currently looking at the US Japanese yen pair. This particular pair moved up on Friday. If you notice, it didn't even have a low. It had an open and a low, and then continued up higher from there. We did gap up just a little bit and have pulled back to fill that gap. We are looking for this pair to continue moving higher with a bias to the upside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 92.50 and hit resistance there, as well as hitting support around 91.70. Okay, let's take a look at the Euro USD. This particular pair closed down on Friday, did break into new high territory as of late, but overall is continuing this trend of moving higher for a couple of days and moving lower. Definitely, you can see that the trend is up. Or the bias is to the upside, even though it may move sideways for just a small couple, for a couple of days before heading back to the upside. Now, look for this pair to potentially move as high as 151.34, possibly as low as 149.19. Look for some resistance around 150.50, and look for some support around 149.66. Okay, the pound US dollar pair pretty much tanked on Friday. It did make a new high, but pulled back significantly prior to the close. Almost took back all of the profits it had made for the past 4 days, moving higher. If you notice, it did gap down on the open and has almost retraced that, gapped right into where it started a week beforehand. Look for this pair to continue moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to possibly go as high as 167.92, possibly as low as 159.87. Look for some resistance around 166.50, and look for some support around 164.87. Now, the US Swiss, this particular pair moved higher on Friday. It's moving sideways, but definitely has a bias to the downside. Look for this pair to potentially move as high as 1.0159, possibly as low as 0.9972. Look for some resistance around 1.0120, and look for some support around 1.0000. Now, as far as news announcements goes, we really don't have any. No significant news announcements for this next session. Now, I do want to show you a trade that I'm looking at. It's one that we'd previously looked at, but the market really didn't go our way on it. Continued to go higher, didn't even trigger anything. We're going to take this session's low, and we're going to look for it to fill this gap. We have this window of opportunity that's been created right here. If we draw it over here, we definitely have movement through it twice. Solid movement through it twice. If we get a range day like this, 340 pips, something ridiculous, it's going to blow right through that. So don't know if that will happen, but nonetheless, that is what I'm looking for, using a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, looking for it just to come on through that area. And let me show you exactly what that would look like as far as number of pips. Be somewhere around the 110, 105 area as far as pips go. And I could definitely see it happening during this next session, especially after we retrace this gap, which currently we're at 1.6305, and the previous Friday's close was at that. So we've actually hit our previous week's close, so the gap's been filled now, which is 89.1% chance of it doing that prior to Friday's close. It has done that, so now it has the ability to move down through this area and still keep that 89.1% accurate number still going. So definitely look for this play. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.